A 17-year-old Jamaican sprinter lines up at the World Under-20 Championships in Cali, Colombia, August 2022. She wins bronze in the 200 meters and disappears from the global conversation. 2 years later, the same girl is standing on the podium in Santo Domingo as the fastest teenager on the planet. How does Alana Reid go from bronze medal mystery to world champion in just 24 months? She's about to turn professional, and what happens next could redefine Jamaican sprinting for a generation. Subscribe now and watch her journey from Kingston to the world stage unfold. Hydel High School sits in Kingston, Jamaica, where the track program has quietly produced some of the island's fastest runners. Alana Reid walked those grounds as a freshman, still figuring out who she was as an athlete, still learning the difference between fast and elite. She was quick enough to turn heads at local competitions, quick enough that coaches started watching her name on result sheets. But quick is not the same as special. Quick is what a lot of kids are. Special is something else entirely. By the time Reid hit her junior year, she had won multiple Jamaican high school national titles. Her personal best in the 100 meters was dropping. Her 200-meter times were tightening. She was becoming the kind of athlete that track communities whisper about, the one who might actually make it. But Jamaica produces sprinters the way some countries produce cars. There is always another one. There is always someone faster, someone hungrier, someone with a bigger name. A teenager from Kingston, no matter how fast, is just another prospect until she proves otherwise on a global stage. August 2022, Cali, Colombia, the World Under-20 Athletics Championships. This is where the future of the sport announces itself. The best teenagers on the planet gather for 5 days of racing that will determine who belongs in the conversation and who does not. Alana Reid lined up in the 200 meters. She was 17 years old. She had no major sponsorship deal waiting, no Nike contract, no promise of what comes next. Just a girl from Kingston racing against the fastest U20 sprinters in the world. She ran 23 point something, fast enough for bronze. Not fast enough for gold, not fast enough to be the story. She came home to Jamaica with a medal around her neck that felt like it meant something. Even if the rest of the world barely noticed, she had been there. Bronze from Cali. Nice, respectable. The kind of result that gets posted on school's social media and then forgotten. But something inside Reid refused to let it stay that way. 2 years, 24 months. That is how much time she gave herself to prove that bronze was just the beginning. Alana Reid grew up in Kingston, Jamaica, where track was not just a sport, it was infrastructure. The island had produced Shelly Ann Fraser-Price, Elaine Thompson-Herah, and Johan Blake. It had built a culture where sprinting mattered. But that did not mean every kid in Kingston got a golden ticket. Reid's family understood the game. They understood that talent alone was not enough. In 2019, at Hydel High School, a private institution in the hills above Kingston with a reputation for developing sprinters, Reid stepped onto the track for the first time at the competitive level. She was 14 years old. By her sophomore year, she had won 3 national high school titles and posted a personal best of 24.3 seconds in the 200 meters. By her junior year, she had dropped that to 23.8. The progression was undeniable. But progression in Jamaica, even good progression, did not always translate to the world stage. So when the 2022 World Athletics Under-20 Championships came to Cali, Colombia in August, Reid was seeded 5th in the 200 meters. She was 17 years old. She ran 23:59 seconds and finished 3rd. Behind her, the winner crossed in 22.9, nearly a second faster. That margin felt like an ocean. She stood on the podium, bronze medal cold against her skin, and realized something that bronze medalists often learn too late. Being the 3rd best in the world at your age means you are still far from the best. But Reid did not see it that way. She saw the gap. She saw the winner's time, and she promised herself, standing right there, that she would be back. 2 years between bronze and gold is not a long time in most sports. In sprinting, it is an eternity. Between August 2022 and July 2024, Alana Reid did not just get faster. She got smarter. She got stronger. She got dangerous. The year after Cali, Reid stayed in Jamaica. She trained under her high school coach at Heidel, but something shifted in how she approached the work. The 200 meters had been her distance, her comfort. Now she started treating the 100 as her primary event. It meant learning to explode out of the blocks differently, building power in a way that 200-meter runners do not always need. Her times began to drop. In 2023, she ran 11.15 in the 100 meters at the Jamaican Junior Championships. Then 11:09, then to 10:97. Each race, a conversation with the clock. Each tenth of a second, a message. I am coming. By early 2024, Reid was running times that had scouts paying attention. Her personal best had moved to 10.89 seconds, a time that matters at every level of track and field. She was no longer a promising teenager. She was a threat. The 2024 World Athletics Under-20 Championships arrived in Santo Domingo on July 22nd. Reid was seated 2nd in the 100 meters, favored to medal, but not certain to win. 12 competitors stood in the call room, each one the fastest sprinter in her country at under 20 years old, each one believing she belonged on the podium. But only one of them had spent 2 years chasing a ghost across an ocean of gap. When Alana Reid crossed the finish line in Santo Domingo, the time read 11:05 seconds. Gold medal, fastest in the world, under 20. 2 years after bronze in Cali, she had erased every doubt. She was no longer a prospect. She was a champion. The question that matters now is not whether she can compete at the highest level. It is whether she can stay there. Reid is 17 years old. Her body is still changing. Her technique is still being refined. Every coach in track and field is watching to see if she remains in Jamaica to develop or moves to the United States to train at a collegiate program where the infrastructure is sharper, the competition daily, the resources unlimited. The comparison to Shelly Ann Fraser-Price and Elaine Thompson-Herah is premature and unavoidable. Both won World U20 titles. Both went on to become Olympic champions. Both shaped a nation's identity through their speed. Whether Reid follows that path depends entirely on the next decision she makes. What we know is this: she arrived as a mystery at 17 and left as a vindication. She proved that hunger closes gaps faster than talent alone ever could. In 2 years, she transformed from a bronze medal teenager into the fastest young sprinter on the planet. In track and field, that is not just progress. That is a statement of intent.